Choosing the right influencer has a huge impact on a campaign's results, and many brands make the mistake of only looking at the number of followers an influencer has, instead of considering other important data. This leads to a much higher possibility that the campaign isn't going to achieve the desired results. But don't worry, because in this video we will explain the most important data when trying to find the best influencers to promote your brand, and above all, where you can find them. Let's begin. As you may know, a successful campaign is a combination of making the right decisions, which includes choosing the right influencers to be advocates of your brand. So, how can you choose the right influencer? First of all, by looking at the data. We all know that data doesn't lie. So, what data is truly important? Let's take a look. The number of followers. Even though it isn't the most important variable in influencer marketing, it is, of course, data that needs to be taken into consideration. When making an investment, it's important to know the audience you could potentially reach, and as you can probably imagine, the bigger, the better. However, this data alone won't provide you with much insight, or at least it won't in most cases. It may help you discard certain candidates, but influencers with a higher number of followers are not always the best choice. Sometimes a campaign with micro-influencers can yield much better results. Now is when the audience engagement rate becomes important. The audience engagement rate is the average number of interactions the social media post receives per follower. Knowing this, what good is an influencer with a big following but a low engagement rate? That's why you should also take into consideration micro-influencers who can convince their audience to get involved, share their opinions and content, and talk about the product. Another important element you should study is the type of content they share. Evaluate the kind of content this influencer is sharing, and then determine whether or not it fits in with your brand or product. Content quality and core values are two very important aspects. And lastly, before diving into the influencer search, you should have a well-defined target audience in order to know what your audience's preferred social network is and what demographic and age groups they belong to, as these two concepts will be key in choosing the right influencer. Now that you know which aspects you should look for in your next influencer, you might be wondering how and where you can find them. Let's dive into some influencer acquiring strategies. Through hashtags, as they reveal current trends and viral content. It's very easy to do. You just need to search trending hashtags that are related to your brand and see which influencers are using them. Then check out their number of followers, their engagement rate, and if the content is aligned to yours. See? Easy. By brand mentions. There are some listening tools that alert you when someone is talking about your brand. This way, you can find influencers that are already talking about your brand and see if they can fit your purposes. Also, the Google software Google Search Alerts can be very useful, as it allows you to set alerts for specific keywords so that you can easily find people talking about your brand or industry. By using an influencer marketing platform, nowadays there are a bunch of software specialized in influencer marketing. Not only do they allow you to find influencers, but they allow you to have total control over your campaigns, analyze them, and even predict results before launching the campaigns. Let's see how you can find the right influencer by using an influencer marketing software like InfluenCity. InfluenCity allows you to segment and choose influencers based on the content they publish through keywords and hashtags. It also allows you to detect fake followers or which influencers are more relevant for your brand by comparing their KPIs across different social networks. You can also analyze their post results or even study their audience overlap. The first thing you'll have to do is log into the platform and click on the option Search Influencers. A list of influencers will appear. You can even add more parameters by clicking on the Filters button. For example, let's say we want an influencer with 10K to 30K followers that uses the hashtag TravelAddict. As you can see, we obtain very segmented results and have access to their number of followers, their average interactions, and their engagement rate. You can visit their profile too, and by clicking the Add To button, you can add the most interesting ones to your influencers list. Then, all you have to do is contact them and see if you can arrange an agreement with them. Clearly, a marketing influencer platform such as InfluenCity can really ease the search and help you with your campaign. So that's all for today. We hope that this video helps you find the best influencers for your campaigns. In this channel, we talk about everything involving influencers and social media, so consider subscribing if you want to be informed about the latest trends of influencer marketing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.